Got another effective campaign going on here to do a little bit of this to the DEI initiative. Tractor Supply ends woke DEI climate change policies after a boycott campaign. Let's get into it. Here we go. A major farm supply retailer said it will eliminate DEI roles, end its carbon emissions goals, and cut ties to an LGBTQ advocacy group following a social media campaign calling for the firm to revoke its woke policies. So all these big companies have gone down because they were so fearful of the woke mob. And until just recently, they've been like, oh, we got to do this. I mean, we've got to get our DEI initiative together. We've got to start following protocol. We've got to do this. We've got to do that. And then all of a sudden, the folks that they're supposed to actually, their customers, Tractor Supply, I don't think that a Tractor Supply company, you're dealing with farmers, right? You're dealing with people running big machinery. They're not exactly the woke demographic, are they? No, they're not. They're not woke. I mean, go woke, go get broke. DEI technically standing for didn't earn it. Again, DEI standing for didn't earn it. Got to earn it. It's got to be on merit. Got to go back to that merit standard. Otherwise, you just get a bunch of crappy employees that, it's like the kid that is just no good and on the team. And at the end of the season, they need to give him something. They got to even give him some kind of award. So they give him most improved. Yeah. Didn't earn anything, but they gave him something anyway. That's DEI to me. I mean, you've seen the end results of DEI. Companies that are like, yeah, we need to revise that because this isn't working out in reality. We're not hiring the best talent. We're going down this crazy train road, and companies are starting to back off of that. You got companies all over the world just kind of, you know what? We're going to need to revise that. How about Target this year? They didn't go down that, again, shenanigan trail of, hey, let's put a little liner in the bathing suit of the kid's bathing suit. So you could either have a girl or a boy wear this bathing suit. Yeah. Cause people got so upset with Target last year during Pride Month, month of June, that they're like, no, we're not shopping there anymore. And when I think about Target, I still think about that. I was in Target at the beginning of June, maybe June 5th, something like that. And I told my girlfriend, hey, we're in Bellevue though. I don't think Bellevue ever carried the crazy stuff. Hey, let's look for the Pride display. There was no Pride display. We couldn't find it. Cause all these big companies have done this virtue signaling. We want to be part of the crew. We want to be part of the gang and, virtue signal that this is really important to us. And now it's coming back full circle because they're realizing, the whole boycott thing. Bud Light with, Dylan Mulvaney, that did not end up well, did it? No. Yeah. And the list just goes on and on and on. Got to get beyond this didn't earn it nonsense. Tennessee-based Tractor Supply, an 85-year-old company with 2,250 stores, made the decision after conservative commentator Robbie Starbuck called for a boycott over the past 3 weeks on X. Good. That's called accountability. Yeah. The demographic here doesn't really support this whole DEI and the host of other ridiculous, got to reduce the carbon emission. Really? Do we? We have heard from our customers that we have disappointed them. This is their virtue signaling back after losing, hundreds of millions of dollars. Tractor Supply said in a statement Thursday, we have taken this feedback to heart. All right, let's read the statement because there's some really interesting stuff on the statement. You know what? I didn't clue you guys into the beginning of that, but we're just going to run with it. Let's just go with this. Can you read that? Read most of it. So for more than 85 years, Tractor Supply, boring. We're passionate about being good neighbors, yada, yada. We work hard to live up to our mission and values every day and represent the values of the community. Okay, more corporate nonsense. They're leading up to, hey, this is why we're doing what we're doing. We have heard from customers that we have disappointed them. We have taken this feedback to heart. Now, you took the feedback to heart because you're losing money hand over fist. Let's be honest. Yeah, the boycott worked just like the Bud Light boycott worked and the Target boycott worked, which we podcasted right here on News for Reasonable People, as well, we do. Stuff that's not reasonable. DEI is not reasonable. It doesn't make sense. You are just giving somebody a job, because of diversity requirements, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Let's include everybody, even if they don't deserve it. Let's diversity. Let's get one of every race in here and it's all going to be good. It's just going to be great. We're just going to hug it out and yeah, it's great. No, then you get people who don't deserve the job, right? It's not based on merit. People who work the hardest, who produce the results, those are the people that should rise to the top. That's how this works. That's how this has not been working lately. So going forward, we will ensure our activities and giving tie directly to our business. For instance, this means we will no longer submit data to the Human Rights Campaign. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. It's a good start. Refocus. We're going to refocus our team member engagement groups on mentoring, networking, and supporting the business. Are you saying that the DEI efforts did not focus on mentoring, networking, and supporting the business? Because now you're going back to it. So if you're doing the DEI thing, does that mean you're going away from very basic principles in business, mentoring, networking, and supporting? Kind of sounds like it, doesn't it? Further focus on rural America priorities, including agricultural education, animal welfare, veteran causes, and being a good neighbor, and stop sponsoring non-business activities. I really want to say nonsensical non-business activities like pride festivals and voting campaigns. I read something from some Looney Tune that was writing an article from CNN, and he was legit worked up about this. He was like, I'm taking my hat, taking my well-worn Tractor Supply hat, I'm retiring it, I'm throwing it away because they do not support the principles. I'm a farmer or whatever. I think he was a fisherman. He was a fisherman, and he was bitching about Tractor Supply going down this road of, hey, we're going to return back to our core principles, which is, agricultural education, animal welfare, veteran causes, and being a good neighbor, and stop sponsoring silliness like pride festivals and voting campaigns. Voting campaigns. That's interesting, isn't it? Yeah. What's that say? Yeah. Eliminate. Number 4, here's what they're going to eliminate DEI roles and retire our current DEI goals while still ensuring a respectful environment. Oh, you can do that? Oh, wow. Huh. Yeah. Have a respectful environment, but just shit can all that DEI crap. Yeah. Sounds like that's the road they've gone down. So they were on the pathway to begin with, right? They're a Tractor Supply company. And then they, succumbed to the woke mob. And then they realized, wait a minute, this isn't congruent with our core values, our core principles, which is we supply a lot of stuff to people with farms. And guess what? People with farms don't have blue hair, and they're not going to Pride Month and just, having fun. Man, here in Seattle, not a lot of farmers' attitudes. Let's just put it that way. You got guys and girls running around on their bikes with no clothes on. We got that. Then we've got the pride, all the stuff that the pride, brings. You've got grown men walking around in basically, jock straps with the hat and, whips and chains. You just got all kinds of craziness because, it's Pride Month. You're just going to literally let it all hang out. Naked bike ride. It's so progressive, so progressive. But in the Midwest, where you've got people who are providing food for the rest of the country, yeah, they're not into that stuff. I know it's shocking. It's a shocking concept. It's shocking all the way around. It's really not, is it? I mean, this is stupidity. This is corporate going, got to go down the DEI thing. Oh, no, we can't because they're not sending us any business. Like Bud Light. Bud Light brought in that the new female who was head of marketing or whatever. And she was like, yeah, we need to get away from our frat bro image. And you're like, that is the very image of Bud Light. And frat bros and everybody else who enjoys Bud Light, let Budweiser know, yeah, you've stepped over the line. And then Kid Rock shot up a couple of cases of Bud Light with his machine gun, whatever that was, semi-automatic, whatever, rifle, right? He shot that up, and then it was like, look at Bud Light, they suck. Well, Tractor Supply doesn't want to have that come to them. So the last thing that Tractor Supply is going to do is they're going to withdraw our carbon emission goals and focus on our land and water conservation efforts. Beautiful. Beautiful. You can still contribute to the environment. Just go down the land and water conservation efforts. All right. It's like Trump saying he wants clean water. Okay. I mean, I do too. That's not a sidestep issue. That is, this is the direction we're heading. Yeah. It's still doing stuff for the environment. It's just not this ridiculousness of where, yeah, we're going to go to zero emissions. But, all the big politicians and the celebrities, they're still going to fly around in their big jets with massive carbon footprints, right? Who was it? Oh, it was Kim Kardashian got in trouble for flying on a jet to go get a dessert. I think it was from Europe, from the United States, something like that. She's so out of touch that, what kind of impact when she sent out a tweet, I just took my jet and I flew to Europe to get some really delicious dessert. I think that's what it was. I don't really care, right? I don't really care. The Kardashians, to me, they're just an example of what not to do, right? What not to do. When Kim Kardashian gets upset with Kanye West, that whole thing, just wild. And then Kanye West, 1 minute, Kanye West is doing the church thing. He has the church service on Sundays. The next minute, literally, he's doing Kanye porn. He's starting up a porn company. Yeah. Let's see, we're going one direction. We're going to revisit that. We're going to go down this direction. Talk about a U-turn. Tractor Supply goes on to say, we will continue to listen to our customers and team members. What about selling tractors to people that are literally the backbone of the USA as far as, whatever it is, farming, whatever it is that you're doing? What about that ever screamed, hey, you know what? We should support pride festivals. Because, there's just some companies where that makes sense. Tractor Supply, not so much. I mean, how did they not see this coming? How did they not go, I'm not sure if that's going to be a good idea? Guys back in the Midwest going, oh, yeah, we love Pride Month. That's the best thing ever. No, they don't. Yeah, that's just, yeah. A lot of people here in Seattle that are like, it's Pride Month again. How'd you get a whole month, by the way? How did they get a whole month? Veterans get 1 day. Anyway, as we look forward to celebrating our nation's independence, we also celebrate our more than 50,000 team members across 2,250 stores. Rural communities are the backbone of our nation and what makes America great. Oof, that is dangerously close to a MAGA statement, isn't it? We are honored to be part of them. We're always here and ready to serve you, sometimes supporting Pride Month and, go down the carbon emission. I mean, we had to do that because of virtue signaling, corporate virtue signaling. But now we're back to serve you and your family with our legendary service for the life you love. See you in the stores. See how they're they're trying to avoid that. Yeah, we're gonna have to shut this store down because you guys aren't doing any business there anymore. So you can join us at our other stores that are still open. Didn't have to go down that road, right? They're trying to just hold on to what they have. And the boycott, it worked. These boycotts are working. Like the boycott, I'm just going to freestyle here for a second. Like the boycott on Planet Fitness. How about that one? New memberships down substantially. If you didn't follow that one, and I've talked about this a number of times, they had an incident in the women's locker room in Alaska where there was a trans woman a man who identified as a woman who was shaving in the women's locker room. And there was a young child, like maybe 12 or something in there, who was trying to figure out how to change. A woman walked in. I'm going to say she's like 50, maybe she's 60. I don't know, something like that. And she's like, what in the F is going on in the women's locker room? There's a dude shaving, right? And so she took a picture of that guy, like, shocking to have a man in the women's locker room. But what Planet Fitness did is they terminated the membership of that woman because you can't take pictures of people in the locker room. Well, yeah, of course not. Oh, hey, let's take a picture of this person taking a shower. Greatest concept ever in the locker room. Everybody knows that's a huge no-no. But this was in protest of the road that Planet Fitness has gone down, which was, that's acceptable. And people said, you know what? If Planet Fitness is going to take that stance, we're not going to join. And I really don't blame them. I've got a Planet Fitness by my house, $10 a month, new equipment. But because of it used to be my old Crunch gym, Crunch couldn't make a go of it after the pandemic. Shocking. Closed businesses down, specifically gyms. And then you put gyms through all these gyrations of you're open this day. Oh, nope, not this day. You're closed. Nope, not here. Oh, no. It was like that. Remember that? It was closed, open, closed, open. You couldn't figure out what. Okay, the cardio machine's over here. You got to wear a mask on. That area over there, no, you don't have to. It was stupid. The whole thing was absolutely stupid. That was dumb, right? But people recognized, oh, okay, Planet Fitness is going to go down that road. I don't know whatever happened with that. And there was another incident with Planet Fitness. I think it was in LA along those same lines, right? You got people running around in locker rooms that are clearly there just to, hey, what's going on? All right, you going to take the rest of your clothes off? Because, I'm a woman too. Yeah. A lot of that going on. But that kind of virtue signaling for Tractor Supply, it's over. It's done. Yep. Put a fork in it. It's done, right? Because they're back to the, good people of America. And you know what? Should have never gone down that crazy train, DEI, carbon emission, all that ridiculousness. Because it's just a bunch of crap. It's just a bunch of nonsense. It's just, but you know that. So I'm going to leave you with that. Leave you with that little. Thanks again for being here. I'll catch up with you on the next episode. Bye for now. Thanks for tuning in.